In the 1950s in the South, it was a fearful, fearsome experience.
Racism, it cuts deep because it goes towards your core values, whether you can be the greatest person in the world, but if someone call you a racial slur or disrespect you, it definitely cuts you down.
We live in one of the most segregated communities in the country, and having that learning in my hometown breaks my heart.
It's like a scab that always heals over, and it does. There's not a long, the scar is there, and then here comes the scab again, and it's a never-ending, thing.
We don't think that racial issues have anything to do with us, and I'm speaking particularly to white audiences. We think we like to pretend that we don't see color, that color is something that people who've been racialized as minorities need to deal with, because we think of ourselves as being innocent.
Dispersion of power, if you will, and title and hierarchy and the gender implications, and then all the other dynamics that are at play.
It's certainly a balancing act that you have to wear many hats or you have to put on many masks. So I find myself having to be very careful about my posture. I'm 6'2", 250 a workout, so my presence could be somewhat intimidating. I'm a darker skinned, black male, bald-headed, so oftentimes there's the intimidation factor I have to always consider when I enter different spaces. I'm mindful when I'm sitting down. If I'm mindful how I raise my voice. There are a host of different things we have to pay close attention to only to participate, or at least be able to position yourself so your voice can be heard, but more importantly, so your ideas and ideologies could be considered as it relates to the input you can bring to these various tables that claim they want the input, but oftentimes it's more tokenism and symbolism than it is real active engagement and participation.
You have to have thick skin, and yes, you're going to be angry, you're going to be upset, but the fact of the matter is to stay positive and not let them take away your power.
From the moment we're born, we're conditioned to see whiteness with advantage and to see blackness, and I'm using the word generically, to see others as disadvantaged, and that's something they have to overcome. My advantage is something that came to me, and therefore I can relax into it.
Because we're talking about human nature and we're talking about human behavior. And people can relate to a fact and to an issue, in my experience, until it hits home, until their interests become affected.
We all have to challenge ourselves in the spaces that we're in, and we all have to start saying, well, no, you didn't create anything yet. No, you didn't change anything yet. No, your practice is still the same. You talking your talk, but you're not walking it. People preach all these things, but they don't practice what they preach, and it means that we have a lot of work to do. We have, and it also means for us brown folks, it means that we have to pull other people up. Like, a lot of us get up to the top and we become elitists. That's never who I want to be. I want to be able to turn around and say, all right, okay, come, let's go. I did this. This is how you figure it out. So I think we have to challenge ourselves, and when we get there, it's not just about challenging ourselves. It's about actually creating something. It's about actually making a difference. It's about actually making that phone call that makes you uncomfortable. It's about questioning people's motive, their intentions, and when it's not clear, then you need to ask those clarifying questions to say, wait, you said you were going to do this. It's been 6 months. You've done nothing. How do we create that? And we have to hold people accountable for what they don't do.